Morning, Service Alliance community. How y'all doing today? Miss Ward, what's up?
Hey man, look here, summer's here. That's all I gotta say, bro. It is definitely here
Oh, yeah.
and kicking.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Garrison. Morning, Adam. Gary, what is up? Yeah, I know summer's here. I am changing colors. I'm going from neon white to something else.
Hey, that's called melanin popping. Your melanin's popping right now, bro.
It is. It is.
What's up, Dr. Dan? What's up, Garrison? And Adam,
We had a
Gary.
good night on the elevation hour last night. We had a couple people in there and prepping for the mastermind this Saturday. All access members, we have the mastermind this Saturday morning. Make sure you get registered on servicealliancegroup.com. Gonna be a good one. 5 steps, 5 stars. A lot of good topics on that. A lot of good topics. You know my key to that? I'm gonna give it away right here for free. Free 99 on Friday. You know my key to 5 stars is? Just ask for the dang review. You know how many people just don't ask, right? We are talking about how to be an MVP while everyone else is dropping the ball.
Facts.
Gonna be a good one. Pray us up, and then we'll dive right into this topic. It's a really great topic.
Absolutely. Lord, thank you for allowing us to rise this morning. Lord, thank you for protecting us throughout the week. Lord, cover us in all that we do. And Lord, I want to send a special prayer out to the families down in South Florida, throughout Florida that are dealing with the floods and the excessive rains. Please protect their families. Make sure that everybody comes through safe. I also want to send a special prayer out to the little girl that they found in Mississippi that lost her mother and her sister. Lord, cover us in all we do. Lord, please, please, please bring America back to America. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, that was Jackson, Mississippi was real rough yesterday, man. Yeah, it was an Amber Alert situation and it ended up in a negative space, unfortunately.
That's never good.
Let you know how blessed you are. You got to cover yours and stay prayed up and stop taking stuff for granted, people. Ain't
100%.
nothing promised.
100%.
Yep. All right, on the summer madness, man. All right, let's get it.
Well, let's learn it from the MVP. How are you an MVP while this summer madness is going on and everyone around you is dropping the ball? What are your initial steps to being the MVP?
Well, the first thing was during the season working up to it, the systems, the kinks, get them all out. Don't, just because you may not have the volume you're accustomed to or what have you, you have to execute at a level. And this is when you can really identify those kinks. So when the volume comes, you still can be selective, you still can be profitable because your systems are in place and you are correcting and adjusting as you go. You follow me? Like how I'm doing it is, number one, I'm holding myself accountable. I'm just as lazy and trifling as everybody else. That's why I have systems. That's why I'm just as I'm trying to tell y'all. I was having a come to Jesus meeting with myself last night about documenting the things I need to do today so that my day will go smoothly. Just because the day was yesterday was 100, that don't mean the day is going to be 100. You feel me? And I think part of the problem with appliance repair, and I'm gonna keep it real, is that there are parts that are really a breeze. When you get those jobs that you just bang, bang, you're right the first time, no issues. But then what about those jobs when you put it together and then something else pops up? Something else didn't pop up. It was in that circle of possibilities and you weren't prepared. How about owning that? That's what I do. I mean, I had the prime example yesterday. I'm trying to tell you, you know?
I think the biggest thing is owning it, right? How many people, when they screw up, can't own it? You know what I mean? Like just don't have that capability to be like, you know what? My fault. I screwed that up. I had that situation. I put something on my calendar. I put it on the wrong day. The customers calling me and texting me, "Hey, weren't you supposed to be here? No one showed up yesterday." I look at my calendar, put it on the wrong day. I am so sorry. No excuse. I completely missed that. I literally I put it on my calendar. I put it on the wrong day. That is my fault. I can be out there today. I can be there in about half an hour. Does that work for you still? Right? Own it. Own it. When you screw up, just own it. People understand mistakes happen, but if you don't own it, then that puts you with the rest of the people that are dropping the ball. If you do own it, that moves you into that MVP role, right? You stand head and shoulders above anyone else when you can go, man, screwed up on that one. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Right?
Okay.
Makes a big difference. And I love the systems. You got to put systems in place, right? I take it back even one more step. This is just something I think at a high level we assume, and I say it all the time, but I think at a high level we tend to kind of gloss over this point because we just do it. Write your goals down and look at them every day. Systems don't mean anything if you don't know where you're heading to. So that very first step is get those goals on paper, get it ready to go. Okay, listen, I know what season's going to look like, and here's what I want out of it. Here's what I want out of it every day. Am I making progress towards that goal or away from that goal? Right? And then you have the systems in place. Okay, now how do I achieve these goals along the way? How do I make sure that I'm at this higher level while the craziness is going on? The systems keep you within that lane when everything else is falling down around you. I have a binder that is literally as big as this. It is a 6-inch binder. It has all my customer information. Yeah, it's in the CRM. Guess what? ADHD. I need the paper. I need the paper in front of me to keep it real, right? And those systems put you head and shoulders above. Hey, wait a second. I thought we were going with this. Or, hey, wait a second. I thought, you told me it was this amount. Nope. Right here. Right in the contract. Right? So if you have these things in place, when things go sideways, they don't really go sideways because you have something to back it up. You have those steps in place that keeps you in the right direction when things start to go off the rails. What else we got?
Absolutely.
What else we
So
got?
I'm gonna go over top 5 things that we recommend to help you align. And this is when I see this type of these situations, I always listen to these one-man shops. I'm gonna try not to get on a tangent. I'm gonna try to make this real short. But with one-man shops is the greatest opportunity to become a multimillionaire by developing a blueprint that is flawless. I don't understand how people expand unless they perfect where they are. You perfect on how to be a tech. You understand what it takes. So when you're hiring and training people, you know the moods, you know the situations and the environment, so you can train people up to excellence. You can identify skill sets and abilities in people that they don't even know they have and train them because you have lived that life. I'm a firm believer in that. The other piece is you're dealing with the customers. You can train your CSRs because you understand that life. You've seen the tones, you've seen the environments, you've had to convert a disgruntled customer into a fan. You have to have the hands-on, boots on the ground experience. When dealing with your vendors, developing positive relationships because you understand your vendor is a partner. If the vendor can't hold up their end of the deal, why are you doing business with them? My business is at the level it is because of my relationships with my vendors. I'm always shouting out, you know who, Saul at Marcone, because that dude to this day sends me a call. I'm not even in the region, you feel me? But it's relationships. And last but not least, as a one-man shop, and this is going to go for the multi situation, but you have to continue to level up technically, business wise, AI wise, understand where your shortcomings and weaknesses are, and either hire somebody to do it or learn it. And the last piece on this one man shop is the fact that in this day and age with AI, you should have extensions of yourself with the apps and everything that's out here online. It makes your jobs. When I started my business, the way I was able to expand quickly was because I used everything on the market, tested it. If it didn't work for my situation, I went to the next. You know, it is what it is. But I'm going to go over these 5 items, but I want to get that out about this one man shop because I always hear people asking questions and and I'm not saying you got to be perfect, but you got to know what's going on, because when you start a business, what's the first thing you're going to do? Lose money. You lose money in the lessons.
I'm going to throw something out there, and I actually agree with this. I've lived this. I've experienced this, and it's going to ruffle some feathers. But since when have I not ruffled feathers, right? So Grant Cardone, in Be Obsessed or Be Average, says something in there. And he says, if you're solo, you don't have business. You got a prison cell. It's true. If you are a one-man show and you are not moving towards something, you own a job, you are in a prison cell, and you're not going anywhere. The statistics from the Department of Labor, from the Department of Revenue are mind-blowing. The average solopreneur draws a salary of $44,000. Level up. Move towards something. Don't think that doing this on your own. You got to figure out the systems. You got to figure out these other things that we're going to be talking about, because the only way to actually truly have a businesses have people in them, right? You don't have people in your business, you don't have business. You own a job. So
that's true. That's true. You know, Miss Ward be the first one to say, I don't want to do no employees, but you better believe I got some subcontractors.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my apprentice, I'm just not confident enough in him, and he would be with me for over a year and a half. Dependable. In fact, he texted me this morning, Miss Ward, what are we doing? Miss Ward, send me the update. Miss Ward, you need me to pick up part. This kid was texting me at 5 a.m. I'm like, boy, where's your mama? Because she ain't here. But anyway, the reality is that, you know, you have to decide. You know, in my business, I tell people all the time on my videos, my business is a cash flowing asset. I have this business because it cash flows all my other ventures. No other way can you get out here and have a profitable business in a trade that's going to bring you a bag that you know how to manage, like appliance repair. Just don't be the problem, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. As much as I be kicking and screaming, but I'm telling you, I know how to hire some employees, put them to work, and deal with the headaches that come with it. If you really want to make the bag,
and it doesn't always mean employees, right? I mean, you can have subcontractors, you can have outside contractors that are a part of your business, but there needs to be people in the business. There needs to be more than that. And Saul, actually, pretty much after he says this, he says, you better have people around you that challenge you, encourage you. You better have people around you that are as on fire as you are, that are as obsessed as you are. Because if they're not obsessed, listen, the reality is your apprentice was texting you at 5 o'clock in the morning. But how many times have you been texting someone at 5 o'clock in the morning because you are amped up and it's like, okay, we got to do this, right? So you have surrounded yourself with someone else who is just as obsessed as you are, making that business work, moving forward in the business, right? That's key. That's key to being an MVP.
Exactly. So as far as how to separate yourself as an MVP, the first thing, and Zach already hit upon it, is setting summer goals. How to get realistic and achievable goals during the summer months. So guess what, guys? That is a daily register. I believe in forecasting, and the world I come from, you knock it out the park by hitting those forecasts. And of course, forecasting is above what the average is. And you add on it, you put systems in place. The beautiful thing about setting goals is you're going to find out if you set the goal and you don't shatter the goal, but you get 70 to 80% of the goal, you still are way far ahead than where you would be. And then most people really get surprised because most people actually shatter the goals. And they like, well, dang, I could have been doing this the whole while. You absolutely could. So you got to push yourself and put systems in place and make it happen. Most definitely.
Yep. Yeah. How many people don't write goals and don't track where their goals are going? How are you supposed to know if you're heading the right direction? If you don't have it written down and if you're not touching that goal every single day, just go get a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere if you're not doing that. I know that's kind of a hard thing to say, but it's true.
Yeah, it's true. But we also have to understand that we are so programmable. I hate to say it. Humans are so easy to program.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole purpose of writing the goals is to activate your reticular activation system in your mind. And so that subconsciously you're going to move toward it. You're not even going to be aware of it because you're really training yourself for that level of excellence. Mm-hmm. But that goes back to investing in yourself. And what did Gary Keller say in The One Thing? Make the one thing the one thing. You have whatever we focus on grows. I mean, I hate to say it. We're really like simple creatures. You just have to train yourself. Like, who to hang around and what to do. And when your business is excelling and you're around the right people. And we're all grown here. So At the end of the day, you either want to be a mature adult and really be a real business professional that you can actually develop assets and investments from the efforts of you. Why do we get in business? We're not just in business so people don't have to tell us what to do. We're in business so that we can take care of our families today, but tomorrow. But that means you can't rely on the fact that I didn't have this growing up. Nobody taught me this. And let me tell you something. My biggest pet peeve when somebody say nobody showed me. I'm like, really? YouTube, university, Google, education, training. So much of it is free. The key is application. Mm-hmm. So consistent application, and what's my favorite word? Accountability.
Yep. Yeah, you got to have that accountability in there, and that's where masterminds or any of that kind of stuff, a mentor, someone to hold you to it, right? In there, Grant talks about he has sales meetings 3 days. Or he has sales meetings every single day, but he has specific ones 3 days a week, holding people accountable for where they are within their goals. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he's going, what are you doing? Where are you at? How's it going? And then the other days they're talking about other stuff. But yeah, the one thing, or be obsessed about it, right? That which we obsess on, that which we focus on does indeed grow. Hey, Zach, why aren't you doing a lot of video work? Hey, Zach, why aren't you doing flooring or something? Because I'm obsessed with being the best damn roofer that's out there. There's a reason that I'm number 2 on the board, right behind the guy that's been doing it for 20 years. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with getting better. I had a freak out moment the other day and I went, oh my God, my jobs are not going profitable. What the heck is going on? I call the operations manager. I'm like, dude, if I got to fix something, I got to fix it now. Run through those tickets. They started out forecasted profitable and now they're not showing profitable. Walk me through it. What am I missing? What am I doing wrong? He goes, oh, we just haven't collected the final checks because they're in supplements. So you're good. Your forecast, you're within 1% of the bills. When we collect that final, you're within 1% of what you projected. He goes, I've not seen anyone have every single job within 1% of what they're doing. Be obsessed, right? We were talking last night with EJ. He's not the best technically. He's a pretty good tech. He's not a killer tech, right? But that's not his focus. His focus is on how do I serve my customers better? How do I connect with my customers better? That was one of the things that you said. How do I teach my team to connect with customers better? He's obsessed with getting better at the actual business side of it, not the actual technical side of it. I was a hell of a technician, but I was not obsessed with the right things. I was obsessed with getting better as a tech. I have to have an understanding as a tech. I don't have to be the best tech, but I want the best damn tech working for me. I want someone who's as obsessed with their craft as I am with my craft within my business.
Thanks. So the next piece would be time management tips. You want to go ahead and what's up, EJ? What's up, Joe? What's up, Saul? What's up, Robert?
Blowing up the chat.
Hey, we love you guys. Thank you for being here and supporting us all day. So time management tips, effective ways to manage your time and to avoid common summer distractions. Man, look, I'm over here on the Emerald Coast, man. All my videos, all you see is clear, pretty emerald water. You can see right through it. I was just in Destin the other day with the fishing village, Santa Rosa Beach. I'm living in 30. I was at a $7.1 million home and what was it, yesterday morning? In 38, right? And I'm chuckling like, why is this house why is the crib 7.1? Well, it's because he has a private beach. Nice guy. But I'm telling you, yeah, I get distracted. Yeah, but the key is get on top of your time management. Look at your time per job. Make sure you get done early. That type of stuff, because you stay on task.
Route yourself effectively. Find a way to get your routing done properly. Man, I was telling someone the other day, I was like a Roomba. I was out in one direction, and then because I didn't have it on my calendar, I had to go back the other direction, and I had to go back the other direction, I had to go another direction. And it was all because I didn't put that system in place, and I was here, there, and everywhere, and there was no reason for it. If I would have done things in the order they should have been done, if I would have had that in front of me, right? I'm just as fallible. It happens. But put systems in place so that doesn't happen. Put systems in place so that you can route yourself effectively and be profitable in what you're doing, right?
Exactly. The next thing is leveraging seasonal trends. How to take advantage of summer trends to boost your business. Hey, let me tell y'all, I'm in the Redneck Riviera. I'm going to say it, and I'm proud of it. I'm in Lower Alabama, and they are here, okay? I thought the snowbirds knocked out South Florida. Oh, my, man, let me tell you something. And summer's out, so it's been very interesting, man. But you got to realize where it is. I'm stocked up on everything I need to stock up on. I'm hitting these areas, and I'm grabbing the bag. So know your area, know your client, know your avatar, be over-prepared.
100%. Yeah. I mean, so everywhere has some type of seasonality to it, and the seasons are different. You come to Chicagoland, we're hammering sealed systems all summer long, right? All summer long, we're hammering sealed systems. But then come wintertime, there's almost nothing going. You're dealing with dryers, you're dealing with ovens, you're dealing with some of the littler stuff. So are you paying attention in those moments? Are you paying attention to those trends within your area or other areas around you? What people are doing, when they're doing them, how often they're doing them, right? You got to know all that stuff so that you can begin to extract. And it's never going to be perfect, but you're going to have an idea of where the trends are heading.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And staying motivated. You know, Service Alliance Group got 5 shows every week, sharing gems from the industry, sharing our experiences, and trying to elevate the industry. Period. Get your circle, y'all. You hear me talk about it all the time. If you don't have a round table of influencers and people that you respect or who are where you're trying to go, you should constantly be a contributor to those circles, but also taking advantage of them. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you want to go somewhere new that you've never been, you need to find someone who has been there. There's reasons why I have 3-hour conversations with the top salesman who's been doing it for 20 years. Dude, how do you deal with this? How do you pivot from here? How do you approach a customer on, you know what I mean? Like, you have to do, if you want to go somewhere you've never been before, you have to find someone who's either at that level that you're trying to get to now or beyond that level, so you can learn those steps in how to get in that direction. Success leaves clues every single time. Success always leaves clues.
That reminds me of a book that I'm reading, and I've read this book. I listened to this book, like, I've been listening to this book, to be honest, for 20 years. It's called 21 Ways to Achieve Lasting Happiness and Success: The Power of Self-Discipline, No Excuses, by Brian Tracy. And the reason I bring that book up is because he specifically talks about how people who want to be successful, they go ask, just like you're doing, that number one guy, that North Star, how to do and what to do, and actually apply it. And I think that's important. People don't humble themselves and learn from the best. I'm trying to tell you, that's a shortcut to greatness right there. They already did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how you become an MVP, right? Like, you learn how to shortcut those ways. You learn who's already done what I'm trying to do or something similar to what I'm trying to do. It doesn't have to be in the same industry. But how the heck do I get from point A to point Z? And you learn those steps along the way. I'm just typing in that book for anyone that missed it.
Yeah, that's so great. I listen to it on whenever I get raggedy. I keep it on Audible, and it's just, I tell people all the time, it took me years to listen to Brian Tracy because I couldn't really relate to his voice and his energy. And then when I really became a fully adult and realized that just because you don't, this is going to be politically, just because you don't look like me, just because you don't talk like me, don't mean you can't teach me something and I can't absorb. Because the beautiful thing about my background and experience is I'm going to take it and make it mine. I'm going to improvise my butt off. You follow me? And be thankful for those gifts. I mean, everybody know Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Mm-hmm. I mean, Brian Tracy is like the truth. It's like Dale Carnegie, all those guys, man. Napoleon Hill. I ain't hating on nobody because I'm learning from everybody. And that's why you hear me talk about James Clear all the time, Atomic Habits, Profit First, Mike and them over there. I mean, and my other book that I swear, if I don't master this, you can bury me now. 12-week year. Mm-hmm. That ain't a game. When you can take that book and take 1 year and turn it into 4 years, how can you not level up? Mm-hmm. How can you not level up? The blueprint is here. Come on, y'all. And it's you got to get it.
Yep. Yeah, you can learn anything from anyone in any walk of life. You just have to be paying enough attention to know how to absorb that, right? Anyone have any questions on what we've talked about so far while Miss Ward is
All
coming
right.
back? Is there? Drop them in the chat if you got them. Drop any of those questions in the chat.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Yeah. This Miss Ward not prepared. Hey, we got to get going, man. We got. Hey,
We do.
Hey,
we are at that time.
Hey, we love y'all, but we got. Hey, what the kids say?
Gotta get that bag.
That cool ass auntie. Let's get it. It's been
All right, guys. Again, servicealliancegroup.com. You're not an all access member. Become one, because tomorrow, 5 steps to 5 stars, led by Mr. EJ, the man who is doing the 5 steps to the 5 stars. We appreciate you tuning in, and we will catch you next time on the morning grind. See you guys.